everybody, Ellie Bear here, head of content at Verdant. So this week we decided to ask our players what their predictions were for the upcoming NLC Division 2 split. And here's what the guys had to say. So, what team do you think, by looking at their roster, will win this split?
Well, looking at the rosters, I don't know like 80% of the players, so I would just have to go with my own team.
I mean, obviously our team, but I think that's a bit, how do you call it? Not necessarily. I feel like that's a bit like lame to say, right? Always. So I think the second best team would be Munster.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I would say it's probably us, but since I don't want to go just saying it's us, I think Munster's roster looks really strong. So I suppose either us or them are gonna win.
I mean us, but probably people are not gonna think that. But I mean we should win, in my opinion.
I mean, I would say us. Like, I think if I wouldn't believe that, then I wouldn't have joined Verdant. So I would say us. And if we would exclude us, I think like just roster-wise, probably natives. Maybe Munster as well, but I think like natives. But obviously excluding us, I think we should win the split for sure.
Who do you think is going to be the dark horse of the teams?
The dark horse of the teams will probably be one of the teams with Norwegian players. So I would say Domino or Lundqvist is up there for my dark horses.
I think it would be Domino, but obviously it's dark horse. It's a bit of a matter of perspective, right? Because I think a lot of people would rate Domino like fourth, probably, like below Munster, London United, and then maybe like Natives or Knox. But I think they can be maybe second, be maybe third, dependent on how they like mesh together.
So as I personally know some players in Nox, I think Nox is definitely one of the favorites for that.
I mean, looking from an outside perspective, where I'm playing currently on the 100 ping for the first couple of weeks at least, and role swap jungle and a rookie ADC, I think people are gonna think that we are one of the dark horses, I would say.
Well, looking at it like this, I think like Flong isn't too bad, and also I think that Lucent actually has like some decent players. Like I think the jungler and mid laner aren't too bad, so that could also be a surprise for the team. Like I don't think they can hit the top 3. I think like the top 3 are kind of clear in my mind, but maybe maybe one of the top 3 teams underperforms. Could happen. Like I could see it.
Who's going to be the MVP of this split?
I would have to say Winter, because he needs to prove that he's not recycled NA trash. So it's you have pressure on you now, Winter.
I would go for Merps because I think he's a pretty good player and he's also in what I would consider the second best team.
It's kind of hard to tell, as I don't want to go with someone from our team, since it's a bit, yeah. I'd say it's probably gonna be Chimera.
I think Keys is gonna be the MVP of the split because we have been scrimming a little bit for the past 2 weeks, like 2 or 3 times a week, and I can see him being a very valuable player for our team.
Well, I would say, like if I include our team, I think like Keys is a contender for sure. I think he will surprise a lot of people because like he's role swap, right? And I think he's already really far in what he can do in jungle, and I think it will only get better as the split continues and he plays more jungle. So yeah, I think he will surprise a lot of people, and it's likely a contender for the MVP. And if I look at outside the team, I would probably say Joppa is like I think Joppa would probably be my contender from Natives, the ADC. I heard very good things about him. I think he's like pretty solid. So that would probably be my bet, like who could make it.
So is there any matchup that you're looking forward to organization-wise?
I'm looking forward to playing Lundqvist because obviously I have a former teammate there in touch, so I'm looking forward to smacking him around when I run bot lane.
Nah, I wouldn't necessarily have like a specific team I would want to play against.
I mean, to be honest, I just like to play against Nox because I have a little bit of a backstory with P-Up and also Lowfire. I kind of got P-Up into esports. Like, I showed him how to create his Twitter and stuff. So yeah, I would like to play against him for sure. I'm looking forward.
I think London, just because I know their ADC and he's like very mechanical and very aggressive as a player. So I'm kind of excited to see what he does.
Well, I look forward to facing Monster because I had like quite an extended trial period with them as well, and I know like the players on the roster for the most part. I know their coaching stuff, so I'm looking forward to that matchup for sure. It's gonna be spicy.
And are there any players that you're looking forward to meeting in lane the most?
Yeah, well, obviously Touch, and I would probably say Domino as well because they have a decent amount of Norwegian players. They were also academy players for my team last year, so yeah, it's gonna be fun meeting the former teammates and stuff.
I mean, I was looking at like the rosters, and nobody really like came into my mind. But then I remember Snille from Natives. I remember last split there was I was tryouting at a different organization and for jungle, and the organization took Snille instead. So I'm actually kind of excited to play that game.
I mean, yeah, as I said, Lowfire and P-Up are definitely a bot lane I want to play against. I also want to play against Shaina or Sena, I don't know how you say it, because I also know her. And I mean, I think every single matchup will be kind of interesting, to be honest, to play.
I would say from the top laners, probably Lundorf. I just think like his content is really funny, and I think he's also not a bad player. So it's gonna be quite spicy.
And do you have any open predictions for this split?
If I had to predict, I would probably run it down my first game, and then towards playoffs, I would have a MVP-worthy performance where I just do something crazy.
I think at the end of the split, I will have the most gold per minute out of everybody.
I mean, the boldest prediction I have is that me and Winter will get every single bot lane, but
I think I'm gonna kiss a lot of kills this split. That's usually what I do in scrim.
I think I'll be playing Soraka top at least once this split, maybe more. We'll see.
Thanks very much for watching, and we hope to see you guys supporting Verdant in the upcoming split.